Very good. Guys like the tour?
Pretty good.
All right. Want to do one time? Make your money's worth? Yeah. I'm just kidding. We're talking about some safety things before we get going. First off, these life jackets. I haven't had to use them in 77 years of operating. Don't plan on being the first. Just in case, I'll show you how to use them. You want to stick your head through the hole right here. All right, hole right here. Unclip the strap, wrap around, put it right back where you found it, and ready for a nice stylish float down the Wisconsin River. Like I said, we're not touching this. Next, we'll talk about the safety exits. Can anyone point those out? One. The rest are all around, front, back, side to side, and that yellow strap goes up top. Basically, anywhere you don't see these steel green beams. Now, about the green beams, you want to keep everything inside them when we're on land today. We're getting close to some rocks and sticks. Don't want anyone to lose a limb or a small child, but when you get on the water, feel free to let it all hang out. Just do remember, this is a family tour. Next thing we'll talk about, that sign that says no smoking, and then you also want to stay seated for the rest of the trip. No smoking or standing up for the next 50 minutes. Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
All right, does anyone have any questions?
How long did you say it was?
About 50 minutes.
50?
5, around there. If no one has any other questions, I have a question for you guys. Who here is driving on a dark? Not a lot. That makes me feel kind of nervous. This is my first time, so let's see how it goes.
Girls, welcome aboard the amphibious duck Angeline. My name is George. I'll be your tour guide, duck driver, and alligator rescue for the next 8-hour journey through land, water, and if we're all a little bit lucky, maybe a little bit in the air. Can everyone hear me all right? Not too loud, not too soft. You good? Good? All right, perfect. Adventures on the tour today. To the left and right, you're going to see these hand-carved granite statues. Now, these statues once sat upon the Chicago Board of Trade building until they were redecorated by a stick of dynamite in 1932. The pieces were then taken in by Helen Rama and placed around her home in Dawn Manor for decoration. Keep the names Helen Rama and Dawn Manor tucked away in the background because they will be coming up later on the tour. You guys please grab those and strap them up real quick. Should be good to go. You guys got them? There are none, don't worry. Just a joke. We're now descending into the beautiful Ferndale. Can anyone take a guess as to why they call it Ferndale? That's right, because of the trees. No, I'm just kidding, it's the ferns. You can see off to the left and the right side of the duck. Pretty cool stuff. Now as we get further into Ferndale, you might notice a slight dip in temperature. You guys feel that cool breeze coming through the duck? It's actually for two reasons. Reason number one is the lush canopy above that blocks out a lot of the sunlight. And reason number two are these sandstone cliffs. They trap water moisture, creating a air-conditioned environment down here in Ferndale. Now we're going to be talking a little bit more about that sandstone you see a little bit later on the tour, so keep that in mind. Alright, who's ready to splash into the water? Anyone? No one? Anyone? I hope so, because here we go. And we're going to stop and look for traffic. Got you guys. Now as you go to the water today, it's going to be a little bumpy, so with that left hand, brace yourself into the right. Plug your nose. There we go. You might wait a little second here because those waves are a little nasty. Alright. There we go. And just like that, we're now a boat afloat. The Wisconsin River. I just disengaged the wheels, so if you look off to the right and left, you're going to see them slowly sinking to the bottom. You guys see that? Hopefully we don't need those later. Now, like I said, this is the Wisconsin River. It's one of the hardest working bodies of water in the area. It runs from the northernmost part of the state all the way down to Prairie du Chien, where it empties right on into the Mississippi River. On its 430-mile-long journey, it runs through 27 hydroelectric dams, one included the Kilbourne Dam just up the river ways. I guess you could say it's got a lot of dam power. Has anyone seen the Kilbourne Dam? No? If you want to see it, all you got to do is take a right out of the parking lot today, go up the first hill, back down it, and look up to the right, you'll see it. It's right across the street from Walgreens. To fall fast asleep. He didn't like that one bit, so he went into town and bought himself a piano. On the day that he bought that piano, he decided to bring it right up on top of Pulpits Rock, which is currently off to the left side of the road up there. Shorter rock sticking out a little bit. On the day that he did that, there was a storm coming in. And this storm had a big bolt of lightning that hit Pulpits Rock smack dab in the middle, sent the left down to the left, and then sent that piano down to the right side of the rock where it still lays today. It's laid perched up against Pulpits Rock and the keys facing the heavens. Pulpits Rock. And then down to the right, it's the piano. You guys see that piano? Now do you guys believe my story? Yeah, maybe? I want to believe I can get a few more tunes out of that bad boy. Maybe some hard rock by the Rolling Stones. Maybe? No? Alright, cool. Hawks Peak is supposed to look like a big hawk flying across the river going that way. I'll walk you through why it looks like that. You got two split rocks up there. The top rock has a nice point to it. That's a Hawk's top peak. The bottom rock has a little curve upward. That's a Hawk's bottom peak. In between those two rocks, you've got a little rock. That's the Hawk's tongue. On that top rock, you got a little slit. That's a Hawk's eye. And then to the right of that Hawk's head, you have the winged shoulder. That big rock going back and forth. Way. You guys see that? Big old Hawks Peak up there. Pretty cool stuff, right? What I'm going to do is send all of you, my lovely passengers, into the freezing cold Wisconsin River, and they're going to push me to safety right up there on that beach. How's that sound? Pretty good, right? Now as we come through Delk Creek, it's going to be a little bumpy, so hold on tight. But also keep your eyes peeled for any wildlife. If you guys do want to closer look at that sandstone we were talking about, you can check out this clip right here. Pretty crazy stuff. from Del Creek and to ultimately form Lake Delta, which is just on the other side. Now would be an amazing time for you to take all the damn pictures you want. Try to scoot up a little bit, give everyone a good look at it. Wait here a second till our buddy Nelson gets going. It's entering the lake today, slow and fast. How would you guys like that? Fast, alright. We're going to keep going fast. I have to warn you, there's going to be a little breeze over in front of the boat. In the first couple rows, maybe a little wet, but that's nothing in comparison to that 80-foot tidal wave that's coming over the back, soaking those back two rows, and also soaking the floor. So if you do have anything on the ground that you don't want to get wet, please pick it up now. Good to go? Yeah. All right, awesome. There's that tidal wave. Now, if you guys did get a little wet and you're upset about it, don't worry. Like I said, this lake was made by that dam right there that makes it an artificial lake. If it's an artificial lake, then it's got artificial water. And if you have that artificial water on you, you are artificially wet, which means you're not really wet. I'll give you guys a little idea of where we are today on the lake. If you look straight ahead, you're going to see that green roof. Brown-sided building, that is Wilderness on the Lake. It's a nice hotel in the area. Off to the right, we got those two wooden towers. The one on the left is my Noah's Ark, and the one on the right is my Mountain Olympus. Now, if you look down to the left of that big hotel there, you're going to see a narrow channel. That's actually where they used to host the Tommy Bartlett Show. Has anyone heard of the Tommy Bartlett Show? That cool water sports show. Currently closed, which is sad, but that's just where it used to be. You guys do me one last favor, look straight back behind it, kind of where we came in. That's where you're going to see absolutely nothing that has to do with the tour today. Just wanted to give you all the rare opportunity to look at the rear end of a duck. Not many people can say they've done it. You guys now can, so you are welcome. Everybody see that big white house out there? The White House with the black roof? That is my house. I'm having a party there later on. If you guys want to swing by, it should be fun. So 3 vacation homes, 1 got swept down, the other 2 pushed to the side, and County Highway A right here was cut right down the middle. About from this point all the way down to that no passing zone. This is a huge event, pretty serious stuff. And I'll show you guys some photos of that later. Just kidding, throw your hands in the air. Take that, Six Flags. Because there is a bit of a drop off this hill right up here. If I do not take it nice and slow, and if I'm not careful, it'll be our last good look at life. I don't want that to happen, but I'll just let you guys know. If that scares you, just do what I usually do. And close your eyes. Alright, here we go. Is it a left or a right? I forgot. Oh boy. Just kidding. But I'm not kidding about that cliff. Here at the Ducks, safety is our #1 priority, and that's why before the tour today, I came out and installed that steel mesh fence. Some of you guys might be thinking, I'm not going to stop this duck. Well, I can assure you it will, because Hank at the hardware store said, if they can stop a chicken, they can definitely stop a duck. Off to the left, we have the beautiful Lake of the Dells. It's good for one thing and one thing only. That's breeding our state bird, the mosquito. Now don't worry, when that mosquito is old, crippled, and worthless, we put them right there in that brown box and ship them off to our friends in Minnesota. Sounds a little bit like what we did to Brett Favre, doesn't it? We're now dropping into the Lowland Trail. This is my favorite part of the tour. It's nice and cold down here. What I'll do is turn my mic off and let nature do the rest of the talking. Cross that bridge. Thank you, thank you. Through this path, make nice cool little pattern on the road, pretty awesome stuff. So just enjoy it.
Before you throw these back at me and say I don't want to give any money to this silly kid, hear me out. We got 2 deer behind us if you guys want to see that. Oh. 2 mama deer. Yep. Alright, back to my sales pitch. Don't throw them back at me. Buy these from the shop down there where you guys bought your tickets. Sell them for a price and then some to you guys, or we buy them for a price and sell them back to you guys for something called cash. Now we love cash because we're a broke college student, got to pay off our college tuition. Now some of you guys might be thinking, oh, I've been in that boat, but you know what's the only thing you can do when you're doing that? It's work. It's the only thing we can do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working to pay that off. I'm also working to pay off rent, gas, food, and whatever else you need to pay for after you turn 18. Now this is where we make our primary source of money here at the Ducks. We don't get paid hourly, it's a base pay wage, and the rest of the money we make from the sales of these books and tips and gratuity. They go hand in hand and help out a lot more than you think. There's no better way to say it than this is how we make our money. It's how I make my money from you guys. It's literally almost the only way. So it's more than just a silly book. It's how I make my income for the summer. So I'll stop there about the sales. Talk about myself a little bit. My name's George. I'm from Baraboo. Just down that way, it's by Devil's Lake. Pretty sweet spot. I go to school in Eau Claire, just so you know, on that line about going to school and being a broke college student. I'm studying psychology there. I've been there for 2 years, and I got 2 more years to fulfill my undergrad, and then I'm going to do 2 more years after that and go to grad school so I can get my